2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Countless Heroes, that crazy 16-player West Marches-style campaign where I, Logan, take on 6 of my players at a time. Hello, player.
Hello, DM.
Hello.
There's a lot of voices at once.
And hello to everybody out there in Twitch-y land.
Twitchy-land?
That's me?
That sounds like a place where everyone just has a continuous eye twitch or something like that.
I was thinking, like, me when I stim, like, I don't... Just constant twitching.
Me during Into the Spider-Verse?
I'm going to make sure I have everyone's characters in the overlay correctly, because I forgot to do that.
I think
Very
Caden also froze on us.
Oh, that was
Oh, there he's
For a
back.
second.
No J. So we've got...
My internet is having a conniption.
You seem fine now.
Y'all are choppy.
Joe, you stop that right now. Owen is not allowed to speak this session.
That wasn't even my character voice. I was just talking. Although I have noticed myself accidentally slipping into a drawl at work, and it's...
So do I, and I don't even play a character
Yeah.
with that accent.
So hi guys. So let's talk
Hi.
D&D. Anybody want to do a quick recap of yesterday?
I'm gonna die.
So,
I think Joe is the only one here, huh?
Bitch, I was
Oh,
right
so
here.
bad.
I was there. I'll be right
Sorry.
Didn't we wait? Didn't we start last session with Logan being like, "Oh, no one got terribly hurt," and then we're like, "Saldana got almost killed."
Saldana. Here's the problem. Either everything in the plot revolves around Saldana, or I forget Saldana exists. Evidently, maybe you shouldn't have left. I mean,
Ooh, Logan.
Oh,
Logan,
this is
stop
actually
right
really
now before she kills
You're stealing
you.
Rosie's thunder, first of all.
Is this
all right. Sorry, I'll let
Yesterday?
Rosie. I'll live vicariously through Rosie here in a minute.
Anyways, started out innocuously enough. Everyone went about their morning business. Afra came to Owen, letting him know that Tybalt's been missing for a couple days. He hasn't been showing up to council meetings, hasn't been seen around, yada yada. Owen got concerned, and everyone met up for lunch. The old cowboy and chicken fingers and that gang was back in town. Owen let everyone know that Tybalt was missing and that we should go look for him. They also all agreed they were going to go officially accept the Subrosarium's offer to help sponsor our guild. But we went out to Tybalt's office, in which we fit 7 people and a bear in a small office, as people took turns lifting the credenza over their heads so that we could fit.
Yep.
Searched, and via some good investigation rules found a creepy looking key with a skull on it, hidden underneath the credenza, and a back panel in the closet that led to a crawl space containing a box that had been rifled through recently, and one of the things on top was a folded over advertisement for the Clover House, which had the symbols K57 heart, I think. And anyways, brought that out, found all those clues, backed the bear out of the room, went over to Afra to first check in and accept the offer. We accepted the offer, and paperwork will be done, and it'll be processed over the next little while. And then we showed her the key, to which she confirmed that means that the keysmith, aka Donovan, is back. She said she didn't know exactly what it did, but she'd seen it sketched out and similar ones sketched out by him. This made everyone very concerned. Afra pointed out that Tybalt had a kind of secret estate, or at least a lesser known estate we could check. We went to go check that estate and found it empty, and with every one of the walls, or one of the walls in every room, with black tar-like substance writing out the words "I know" on a wall in each room. From there, we went to the Clover House, having not found Tybalt and getting worried. We talked to me, who is at the front, and they let us know that Bezel was not there. We asked to see the private rooms as were advertised in the flyer we found at Tybalt's. There were 2 rooms, and in each, some investigation led to finding that placing those cards on one of the paintings in those rooms, as correlating to the note we found, revealed a secret kind of bunker hidden area down a ladder. Heading down that ladder and exploring a bit, we find a series of doors. The one on the far left, via knowledge of Sildana's find person spell, we knew is the one that he was in. Upon opening it, the gang found that magic missiles were firing out of it indiscriminately. After some deliberation, Owen stepped in, cast shield so as the magic missiles not him, and they found an old man inside, who they did not immediately recognize. Upon going inside, they saw that he was very old and dying, and Tybalt, and found that Tybalt was not Tybalt, as far as we can tell. It was
Kenbrick.
Kenbrick. I always think it's Kendrick, but it's not. It's
Right.
I always think it's Kenrick, but it's Kenbrick. I found my notes. It's Kenbrick. Kenbrick Lockridge.
And find that he is in fact kind of his grandfather. More that he is a fiction. But yeah, he was clearly dying of old age rapidly. He had tried to create a potion that would delay it, but it was either not successful or even potentially backfired. And he was passing away. Everyone kind of tried to get some last words. It was very difficult. He pushed over, when Owen asked for information that would help take down the Keysmith, he pushed over a book, which they reclaimed. They took the wand and the potion. Owen cast sleep as they left, as they heard metal footprints, or the sound of metal footfall, as they left through a hidden escape hatch. Sildana watched behind as we ran via magic eye, and saw for a few moments as a man in incredibly intricate black plate armor came into the room, and watched as Tybalt's body lifted into the air and couldn't watch any longer and dropped the spell. As we progressed through the sewers, we heard screams from above. Ran to Tybalt's. There was a similar eerie message in Tar that just said 1 down on Tybalt's tower.
Pendle's tower.
Pinball's tower. Went up. Pinball wasn't even aware of it. He was okay. Instead, that they would make a stand and that they would not run. Checked in on the others. Callie went to go check on Afra. Afra seemed okay, but obviously shaken. And after a short discussion, and Afra saying that she was going to be heading to the Subrosarium, they heard screams downstairs and found everyone dead, with new writing on the walls saying 1 down, number 2. And that's about where we left off. So yeah, it was a fun session.
We know
Oh, that's an
Jasper is
interesting
okay.
one.
And Jester is okay.
Yeah, we don't think Donovan has found her just yet or knows where she is.
Yeah, because Lark went back to check on her and she seemed fine.
So that was a time.
It was a time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sildana, were you there? I can't remember. So, what do you guys want to accomplish this morning? Anything important, out of the ordinary, special, unique?
Owen probably, well, it depends. He would have gone to Sildana probably the night before everything wrapped up and asked, do you want to tell him or should I?
Tell whom specifically?
Tell Nathan.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. she'd probably leave it to you.
So Owen's knocking on Nathan's door early in the morning.
All right.
He's probably actually in the kitchen making breakfast, so he kind of scoots his way out of the kitchen and kind of goes to the...
Someone's in the kitchen with Nathan. Sorry.
He's cooking breakfast for himself and Mari. God.
And Max.
Well, and Keelan. Keelan.
Wow, fuck me, I guess.
And Rosie!
And
I
Rosie.
forgot Rosie!
No,
Rosie's there
screw
today?
you.
I never
Rosie's
know.
working.
Rosie
Rosie,
lives there,
apparently
yeah.
the two of us are just forgettable for some reason.
You know what? You know
Look how
what?
small you are.
You didn't say goodbye, so maybe I did.
Oh.
Caitlin is actually probably on her purchase sleep, still in his room. And Mari's asleep, probably. You wouldn't want to wake her up. And Mags is on his shoulder as usual. She had been spending the past several days as a cat because he knew that Mari liked cats and it would comfort her. So she's currently a cat draped around his shoulders, and he's gonna walk up to the door and kind of peek out. Oh, good morning.
Nathan.
I'm usually finding you early in the morning for training. What's up?
Um,
Do you want to come inside?
of course.
Let's go for the door.
He'll come in and he'll probably grab himself like a cup of tea or coffee because I feel he's probably comfortable in there enough they just
Probably,
grab it.
yeah, fucking yeah. He's probably go back into the kitchen, like expecting Owen to follow.
How did you sleep?
Well enough. Mari was really, really upset last night. Like, she didn't tell me what. She needed rest. So I did push.
It's understandable. Did she tell you anything of what happened?
No, she was just sobbing.
Ethan, why don't you take a seat?
Just gonna take Mags off of his shoulders and set her down on the counter. Just kind of lean against the counter and look at him. Why?
Cause I'm afraid falls onto me to be bearer of bad news today.
What? What happened?
And just sit down. Just for a second.
Just gonna go over to a table and corner has two small chairs. He's just gonna kind of pull one out and sit down.
This is gonna be a lot to process. There's lots of moving parts to this.
Give me a second. He's gonna click at her. Just gonna pop down, come over and sit in his lap.
So, I guess I should start at the beginning. I got word that that Tybalt hadn't been seen in a few days.
I already really don't like where this is going.
He was affected by the portal when it closed. Hold on for just a moment. We had suspicions a while back, but Tybalt was Kenbrick. And he was the oldest of them. He managed to stow away somewhere for a couple of days, trying to figure things out. But by the time we got to him, he was fading very quickly.
No. Please.
Before he passed, I let him sleep. He didn't feel anything as it ended. I'm very sorry, Nathan. I know you two were close.
I was such a dick to him for so long. We could have. I don't. It doesn't feel real. This doesn't feel real.
It won't. Not for a bit.
I should have gone to him more. I should have checked up on him. I should have at least
Nathan,
seen if he wanted tea or something, so I at least could have said some semblance of goodbye, or just just let him know that I cared about him and he was one of my best friends, and now he's just gonna be gone forever. Why does death follow me so much? Owen, why? It happened to my mother, my father, all of my siblings. It happened to Mari. Happened to... And now him too. I understand that death follows everyone. It feels so heavy. And I just wish at least I could have said goodbye.
I know.
I'm not even upset that I didn't know he wasn't really him. I'm just upset that there's nothing we could have done to...
He brings him in for a hug.
He just clings to Owen.
Listen. Saying goodbye it's difficult, and sometimes it's clumsy, and sometimes you don't get to actually do it properly. I've done it for a lot of people, and I know it doesn't make it easier. It never does. But his story ending does not rewrite any of it. It's all there. It's all done. The ink's dried. You can go back and read that story anytime you like. It'll be there.
Thank you. I just don't want him to be gone.
None of us do. No one ever really does. But it'll get easier.
That's why Mari... Why she didn't tell me.
There's more.
Shit, great. What else is there? What more else could there be? Oh, there's a lot more else there could be. That was stupid for me to say. So, that's fun. Yeah.
Keith Smith's back.
What?
Donovan. He's back.
I don't...
We barely got to... We got to Tybo before he did. but he's going after all of them. After next, supposedly.
Okay, what do we do?
That's the right question. I'm afraid I don't have a good answer right now.
Yeah, right now.
But I happen to know some very good friends who happen to be meeting for lunch who might have help at finding an answer for that.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I got snot and tears on your jacket.
It's alright, it's seen worse. I am a doctor.
And Max is gonna kind of lean so that she's pressing against, like, just kind of, because she's still between them, because he didn't stand up, and she just starts purring really loud to try to calm down the situation, because cats do that when they sense. She's a magic cat.
Well, why don't you go? Why don't you say good morning to Mari? You two take care of each other for a little bit, and I'll meet you over for lunch.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
All right.
Hey, Owen.
Yeah.
I love you a lot, okay?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I love you a lot, okay?
I love you too, Nathan. It's okay.
I can't not say that anymore. There's too much at stake for me to not let you all know.
I think we all know. We've been through too much together.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna finish eggs.
Alright. Tell Mari I said hi, and I hope she's okay.
Will do.
And he's gonna see Owen off and finish making breakfast and bring it up to Mari. And just because later he's gonna turn Mags back into an.
No one's gonna say his goodbyes and head out.
Anyone else? Anyone want to follow that?
Saldana doesn't really have much she wants to do. Just
So you spend
Yeah.
So you spend the mornings doing what you normally do, taking care of your day to day, and you slowly head towards lunch. Meeting around noon at the Beer Forge, which is empty. Only a couple of people in there. This close to the holidays, it tends to get a little more empty day by day, but this seems like an extreme day. Only 2 or 3 other people in there, just kind of spread out. Ivy and the doors look bored behind the counter, and we'll say Pip, Saldana, Rosie's already there. Probably sitting up at the bar and not even really playing at this point because there's no point. Come in, and then Prime Part enters, and we'll have Nathan Nolan come a little bit later.
So, Ivy,
Yes, Pip.
Pip is thinking of a dish.
Blonde, brunette, or redhead?
Pip has never heard any plates described of this in this way.
Plates.
Hold on.
People looking for a snack.
Oh, I see. You're hungry. I thought you were
Yes.
thirsty.
Thirst.
God damn it, Logan.
Oh, yes. No, Pip is not thirsty.
Okay. I'm glad you're getting your lessons down.
Owen is an excellent teacher.
Owen is a horrible influence, but yes, he's a good teacher.
Pip has learned what so many metaphors are and what metas are for as well.
What's your favorite metaphor, Pip?
Busy as a beaver, but this is, I think, Pip is a. Oh, hold on. No, that is simile. Sorry. Pip is still learning.
You're doing fine.
But anyway, Pip wants to tell you about this thing. So you take
Please tell me about the thing.
you take the pastry from the Pip tube and you make it into a savory pastry instead of a sweet pastry. Okay, and you put a lot of egg tubes of various flavors into the center of the pastry, and then you will surround the outside of the pastry with different types of sausages, and then you can do carrots and celery or pickles or any tube-shaped vegetables, and you call it Tubageddon. Rosie, do you play brass instruments?
Well, I have one. I'm not very good at it. I can show you if you want.
Do you play the tuba?
No.
Oh, that would have been
Pip, I don't.
That's so specific, Pip.
I don't think that's
hello.
gonna do, Pip.
Why? Too
I
many
don't know,
tubes?
Just a few too many.
Oh. Okay.
The big thing is, you see, our deal with Stroop.
Yes.
We're not allowed to alter the batter.
Then
We have
people
to-
talk to Stroop.
Good luck.
Thank you. Pip thinks with the increasing amount of people who have talked to Pip about Pip's idea that it is time for lunch. What time is it?
Lunchtime.
Pip was correct. It is time for lunch. People take an iron, please.
Going to
Just
drink
like
your
a
lunch
couple.
today. Saldana.
Rosie and Primeheart are there, correct?
Rosie's at the bar. Primeheart is walking in. Yeah.
Hello, Rosie.
It's good to know you're okay.
She's not looking at her.
Where's the Illumis cheer in this place? He goes
Pip
over
was wondering
to.
the same thing.
It's ridiculous. He goes over to Douglas Fir, his awakened tree, jingles some of its little chimey eggs on its hanging from its branches, gives it a nice hug. Saldana, it's been too long.
Hello,
Jiggle
Primeheart.
some of its chiming eggs hanging from its branches.
That's what it is. Yeah,
Illumis, you decorated the tree with colorful eggs.
everybody knows this,
The
Rosie.
birth mother.
This was not Rosie!
I did not sound like a smoker that has been smoking for 70 years. That was
A
not
smoking
Rosie.
child who's been smoking for 70 years.
This is true.
But yes, it has been quite a while since I've seen you both.
Yep.
So, are you feeling any better? You seemed kind of not well last time I saw you.
I'm still not well after yesterday.
Well, you're amongst friends now, so you're okay. I know you were amongst friends yesterday, but not this kind of friends.
Is a completely different group of friends.
He
A more
goes,
fuzzy group of friends.
he goes through his book. I mean, Owen's still going to be here, but equally fuzzy, yes. I am not fuzzy at all. I'm the opposite of fuzzy. Yeah.
Pip has been described as a furry noodle, so is a fuzz fuzzy friend. Pip is...
Indeed, you are, Pip.
Thank you for the beer.
Is Rosie still not looking at Saldana? That's fair. Saldana doesn't really say anything, and she'll just go to the reserve table and just sit there and wait for anyone else who's coming. Mostly looking at her drink.
Primark will send to Rosie at the bar. You're sitting at the bar, correct? Still, he'll just sit down, drink his drink that he got, his iron. Just kind of glance down at Rosie, kind of trying to catch her eye, but just be quiet until she speaks to him.
Can I help you?
I don't know.
Sorry, that was rude.
I'm just here for moral support. Just pretend I'm not even here.
I don't want to do that, Primark.
Okay then. So talk to me. What's up? What have you been up to? How are the rats? How's Agrishk?
Grishka's fine. I don't think she knows why I'm upset.
Do you want me to, is Agrishk with you? Do you want me to tell her?
I mean, she's in my bag, probably sleeping and eating the rest of my rations. Probably at the same time.
I could translate for you. We can talk to her together.
She's gonna pick a Grishka up out of her bag.
No, don't bite me.
And she's gonna sit her down on the counter.
Hello, Agrishk. And he'll cast Speak with Animals and talk with Agrishk and just kind of go back and forth with Rosie and Agrishk.
Saldana is just watching a bit, but still mostly focusing on her drink.
Sorry, my pedal moved. All right. And then Nathan and Owen will come on in then. You guys weren't still together, but you can arrive together. It's fine.
Owen will walk in, nod to Primeheart, Rosie, wave to Pip. And he'll go sit down next to Saldana.
All right.
When Nathan walks in, he sees everyone, and then he kind of looks over and he sees Saldana, and he just stops dead in his tracks, and he just stares at her with this kind of perplexed and he's very conflicted.
She's alive.
I can see that.
Couldn't hear you, Kaden.
I can see that.
Hello, Nathan.
Saldana.
You two should hug.
Give me time. This is a lot. I've been through a lot, and it's only like 12. I've been through a lot today. I don't know why I looked at my.
Oh, did you trip in Pip's new burrow? Sorry.
I probably did.
You would know.
He's gonna walk up to Saldana. He's only like a foot away from her. Can I hug you? Is that okay?
Yes.
He just immediately just embraces her and like puts a hand on the back of her head and just kind of curls in and is trying not to cry because he's already cried enough today. He's having a lot of emotions. Right?
Yeah, she's not awkwardly, but it's not a full hug. There still seems to be some kind of hesitance when she hugs back.
Kind of stand up a bit and kind of step back, but his hand still on her shoulder. Go,
Okay, first of all. What the fuck, Sildana?
I guess I did leave quite abruptly, didn't I?
That's putting it lightly.
Javea gives you a dirty look when you snap at her.
Hi.
She's wearing cover overalls, and inside the little pocket at the front is a little gingerbread man.
She still has that thing.
Hi, Javea.
And Caspian.
Don't give me that look. I'm not actually mad. I'm a little mad. I'm not nearly as mad as I thought I would be.
You have every right to be absolutely pissed off at me.
Oh, I absolutely do. I do. But I'm far happier to see
A
you.
dirty look.
Why are you giving me that look?
Why does anybody have a right to be mad at you?
She
You went through worse shit than anyone.
I did leave without telling you.
Almost anyone. She looks at Nathan. You've had 17 years, though. She didn't. But she's his pet's her little friend.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. I'm far happier to see you alive and well, and you look beautiful. Look at your hair. This look suits you, Sildana.
The noble look doesn't really suit me anymore, I feel.
No. Honestly, he kind of gestures to himself, and he's wearing far more dressed down clothing now, far more dressed down, because me, really, Also, points to his eye. Isn't wearing his eye patch.
Yes, I can see that. I've been trying very hard not to just stare at it.
No, feel free. It can see you. I can see you. It's magic. It's pretty cool.
That's interesting phrasing, but okay.
What do you mean? It's interesting phrasing.
I don't know. It's been long.
I really miss this level of awkwardness. I'm glad we could get back to this.
Thank you, Owen. Thank you.
Thanks, Owen. It's good to see you.
Well, any plans to distract from this awkwardness then?
No, absolutely not. I plan on making it far more awkward.
Wonderful.
That's it. That's a statement. That's all I've got to.
He's gonna roundabout to the other three. Have you all read your books this morning?
Nathan's gonna walk over to Rosie and just sit by her and just kind of offer an arm out to her.
I tend to get a play-by-play by Callie, but yes, I also read the book.
Yes.
Rosie?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, then before we discuss anything else, let's have a round. Abby, can we get a couple more irons and a copper?
She just was about to give you a dirty look, but then she kind of begrudgingly just nods, and a couple of dwarves come over with all the drinks.
Nathan is the first to raise his glass. Mug, whatever the fuck they're in, I don't know. His drink.
I'd pour one out, but I think Ivy might kill me on the spot.
Drink it down instead.
In his memory.
Damn bastard.
He should have joined the resistance.
I don't think that would have done much to save him.
It wouldn't have. I was trying to be funny, but I can see that humor isn't really part of this group right now.
He likes humor.
I thought it was amusing. I could use a little more humor right now, honestly.
Humor is a hell of a coping mechanism.
I thought you were gonna say cocaine.
I mean...
It's addicting. Sorry. I'm in a weird place right now.
I mean, I knew you were a noble, but, I mean, fair.
You are in the Bear Forge right now.
Thank you, Pip.
You said it was a weird place.
I meant mentally. I meant mentally, Pip.
So, anyone have anything in mind for today's agenda?
Crying. Part of me wants to hunt down Donovan, but that's not really going to be an option at the moment.
Not currently.
No. We're, I think we're at the stage where I don't think, even if we knew exactly where he was right now, there's not much we could do about it. We need more power, more allies, more information.
I know.
And we also need a rest.
Can we do something lighter today? Maybe. Is anything light on our schedule?
Gods, one would think.
We could go to the library.
I like libraries. I love
Do a bit
libraries.
of light reading, bit of research.
Maybe there will be a puppet show.
Pip, I already told you, any show can be a puppet show if you just let me know. And he just prestidigitation's a small puppet
Yes, but
and puts it back.
Nathan does too.
no.
He can help.
If we go and Ash is in the storytelling mood, then Pip has a surprise.
Did
Really?
you make puppets, Pip?
How did Saldana know Pip's surprise? This is terrible.
It was a wild assumption, given the clues and the context of what you were saying.
Pip is so frustrated. Pip cannot surprise anyone.
Well, I don't know what they look like, so I could be surprised by that.
Okay, good. Puppet show. It's just a suggestion. It's fine.
Well, we could do that. We could potentially, I don't know, eat some terrible entertainment food while we watch people beat the shit out of things and each other at the Crucible. We could take a walk by the river. I don't know. I'm not good at this whole relaxing thing.
No, you're terrible at relaxing. I don't think you know what the word means.
I think it's what you do when you go unconscious.
Well, that's not entirely untrue as a statement, I suppose.
I think that's the only time I ever have been relaxed recently, honestly.
I think it's the only time you've ever been relaxed ever.
Yeah.
You're a very nervous person.
The pot is the kettle now. Oh, that is Pip's favorite metaphor. The pot and the black kettle. Yes.
No, yeah, it's true. I'm a disaster. I'm very aware.
One thing I was also thinking is at some point, now that we have distinct connections to the one thing that was preventing him from being more effective, we might check in potentially with Arlen, see if he might be interested in starting negotiations, seeing if we can work something out that way. Maybe.
That's a start, I suppose, yes.
Or maybe he has already spoken with the Sub-Rosarium and there is already something in place. But it is good to find out in either case.
Well, I think it was mostly that the Sub-Rosarium had their monopoly and they didn't want them operating. But if we were kind of a bridge connecting those two places, I don't know, we could at least see if there's any ground to be gained there.
And honestly, I would like to pop by and see if maybe I could buy an amulet to Ball. I meant to the last time and I just didn't think to go and visit again.
It's a good thing we are taking Nathan along, the most charismatic member of our party.
You know what? I can't tell if that was sarcasm or not.
What? Nathan is handsome. Nathan speaks his mind effectively. Nathan has a lot of money, which a lot of people find interest.
I mean, you're right on all points so far.
Thank you.
All right, so how about a little bit of light shopping, a little bit of light reading, a little bit of an easy day?
See what it brings us.
It is in Pip's experience that sometimes the most interesting things happen on relaxing days.
What do you think, Rosie?
don't know.
Nathan's holding her, by the way. He's kind of hugging her.
Has she not looked at Saldana this whole time? Just as clarification. Okay, just double
She's
checking.
a bard.
She's petty.
She
and
is petty
salty
as
fuck.
shit.
Don't forget dramatic.
As fuck.
Nathan's gonna kind of bend down, kind of quietly say to her, what is that? Sorry, our
One
snake.
more time.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry. I was distracted by our snake. Nathan's just gonna say, Mags can change form now. Meaning I could turn her into a rat. And you can play dress up with Magdalena later.
That's cool.
Do you want that? I know that you like putting a grease. What the fuck is her name? Sorry, that was me fucking her up. A grease. That's her name. A grease. In little outfits and cute bows. So.
It's angel and goblin. You don't know that, Nathan?
I don't speak goblin.
You should.
You should.
I should. You know what?
It's-
Can you teach me?
It's really, listen, it's really offensive that you don't speak Goblin by now. You haven't tried. And it
I've had a lot.
genuinely hurts me. Genuinely.
I'm sorry, Rosie.
Our culture
so
is so significant and amazing. The fact that you don't already know Goblin is ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I shall try to make amends with this
And
terrible
she's
offense I
probably
have.
more offended at Lark. He spends most of his time in the village of Green Iron, in the Green Iron village.
Yeah.
So, if anyone you should be upset with, it's Lark. That was a bad joke.
Does Lark not speak Goblin?
I don't think he
Think
does.
How does that work?
I don't know. Hey, Rosie, you should teach me Goblin.
Sure.
You should teach me Goblin. And in the meantime, I can teach you. I'm trying to. Do you speak Elvish?
Do I look like I speak Elvish?
Do you want to speak Elvish?
Uh,
Yeah, you also know Infernal, so it's the only two languages other than Common that I know how
I
to
have
speak.
quite a few I could teach you if you want, Rosie.
Of course you do. You're a fucking knowledge clan.
That's when you're going to go with nerd over knowledge clank.
Right? Both are
I
acceptable.
feel called
answers.
out. I feel so called out.
When do you not?
I mean, valid.
Valid.
Also, here's a pro tip. Don't wear a septum ring when you know you're gonna cry. Because that shit feels weird.
Oof. So, shall we then?
Yeah, let's get a move out.
Right?
Do you want, Rosie, do you want to sit on my shoulder while Mag sits on my arm? Or do you want to walk?
well, it depends on how fast you guys want to get there.
I'm okay with just walking.
I don't think we're in a particular hurry.
I don't mind taking my leisurely time. Why? It's up to you. Do you want to walk it? Do you want to ride on my shoulders?
I really don't care.
Then I guess we'll walk.
I mean, I wasn't planning on carrying all of you on my shoulders. I don't think I'm capable of that.
I wasn't
Rude.
expecting you to.
He's gonna pick Rosie up, kind of sit, and like where her legs are kind of dangling on either side of it. He's gonna kind of hold her.
A Primeheart has carried Pip before, and Pip has carried Primeheart briefly
That's true.
for a very short distance.
That was very exciting and very private, Pip. We shouldn't have talked about that.
Everyone else was sharing. Pip
It was
wasn't
very
sharing
embarrassing.
that.
I'm really sorry I did that.
Pip apologizes.
No, it's okay. I pictured myself kind of look like Lark on his bear, just really weird looking.
He looks endearing on that. What are you talking about?
The bear is smaller than he is.
Hold up! Is he really?
I mean, Lark is not really, as wide, but
I don't.
Yeah,
Isn't
I'm
this bear a brown bear? Is he?
I
Is he,
honestly don't know.
is he a
No,
brown
he's
bear or is he a
massive.
black bear? Because there's a massive size difference
He's a
between
brown
those two.
bear.
That's a big bear. That's a really big animal.
I can't even really sit on his neck. I have to sit on his head.
He's mostly fluff.
Yes. Bears are typically pretty fat. It's wonderful to be squishy.
Peep is been belly flopped by Foster on top of, so he's mostly fluff.
Actually, Flip. Good to know.
Come on.
You know-
I hope I don't have to experience being squashed by Foster.
It was so warm.
Someday I'll have to ask Clark where the hell he got a bear. I just realized I never thought to ask.
I
I
believe
just accepted that he had a bear.
I believe Foster is one of a magic thing that Lark is capable of doing. That's my assumption. He
that explains.
certainly doesn't seem like a normal bear, honestly.
Okay, so apparently he's a Kodiak bear. That's a fucking giant animal. That is a very large bear for those who don't know how big that bear is. Look it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
It's
How big is it anyway?
if you guys have seen, just really quick on a tangent, real fast. If you guys know about that Russian couple who adopted a bear, that's a Kodiak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a Kodiak. They're fucking massive.
That's a big bear.
They're squishy and they're very cute, and I love them very much. I want to kiss their snoots. I really.
He's mostly fluff.
So Saldana will finish her drink and she'll stand up, looking ready to go. Shall we?
We shall.
Nathan stands. Max is kind of gonna fly.
Pip thought we were already on the way.
So
You
did
should not,
Nathan.
you should not drink two
There.
irons back to back.
That's just how to copper. So we're making our way to Arlen's, I guess.
Jave hesitates
Making
a little
our
bit
way
as you guys are getting
downtown.
up, but then starts getting up.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What?
Didn't catch all of what you had said.
Oh, I was saying that that Javea hesitates a little bit when you guys are getting up, and then finally gets him and follows.
What is wrong? Did we not get Caspian a drink? Should we have gotten Caspian a drink?
You guys smiles. No.
Okay.
Nathan's gonna walk beside Javea. Just kind of very lightly, kind of bump his knuckles against her shoulder and say, "It's good to see you."
Mm-hmm.
What is your beef with me? What did I do?
Shrugs.
Oh, that's not passive aggressive at all.
Yep.
Oh, she's like 15, right?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
This is a sassy teenage bodyguard, jeez.
That's a sentence.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a sentence.
Only
That's the name of her memoirs.
Just a
Sassy teenage
teenage
bodyguard.
dirtbag baby. He's gonna kind of walk a little closer to Saldana and say, "Did I do something wrong?"
I don't know, she's been... I don't know. I honestly, you think traveling with her for 2 months, I would understand her behavior more, but I really don't.
It's been a long while since either of us have been teens, so maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just.
Oh yes, it's been about 80 or so years for me.
I like thinking about that, Saldana. And I like thinking about how much older you are than I, because we look to be the same age, but we are very much not.
Indeed.
What is teenager?
Adolescence.
Okay.
Between childhood and adulthood.
Okay.
That is not true.
Yeah, technically, teenager just means between 13 and 19.
Yes.
Oh, then Pip is teenager.
So is Rosie, I think.
I might be. I don't know.
Probably
So is Callie.
So is Locke, now that I think about it.
Callie's what?
We are a group of babies.
I am
Hold
not.
up. How old is Callie?
I think when she's
18?
she's quite young.
What? She's
I
wise beyond her years.
Yeah, no, I'm like 32. I thought she was close to my age. That's fucking weird to me.
She was a half orc.
I mean,
You gotta
fair.
remember that.
They, well, yeah, but God,
So it's just chronologically.
chronologically,
Just like how chronologically, while I believe I am the eldest, Owen definitely has more experience than I do in anything.
Owen's an old man.
Yeah.
You got the silver fox thing going on. You're working it, don't
Think I don't already know that?
worry. Oh, you absolutely do. So does Caden.
You know,
We
sometimes I
know.
run my mouth and I forget that things I say will be kept against me. I should just keep my mouth shut sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
Because y'all didn't know how old Callie was.
Yeah. Mike.
To be fair, I don't
Whoops.
think I know the chronological ages of all of you, so it's fair.
I don't even know how old I am, so none of you will ever know.
I mean, hi.
That's also fair.
Well, if Rosie, you are ever cut in half, we can count your rings.
No,
I
That's
think that only
not-
works
as
for
a-
trees.
As a medical professional, I can assure you that is not how that works.
have you
I mean-
ever... Hold on, Owen. Have you ever cut open a goblin? First of all,
I don't
how the
wanna
fuck
answer
would
that.
you know? We're like onions.
You have layers?
No,
Or like you keep peeling until you get to the bulb.
no.
You stink. You're not, because you don't stink. You're not smelly. But onions, I said Owens. Onions.
You are delicious when cooked in butter.
I don't.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You don't stink,
Yeah.
by the way.
I wasn't calling myself stinky. You
Yeah,
called me
I-
stinky.
Exactly. I was trying. What the fuck? What?
I've missed you a lot.
You better have.
It didn't seem like it.
Pip never knows where to find you. Plus, there are so many burrows that Pip has. Pip thinks that maybe Rosie wants to come into a different type of tunnel, but Rosie never visits the burrows.
I don't know where your burrow is, Pip. If I knew where it was, I'd come visit.
Pip has
That
92
is-
burrows around the city.
This is the problem with neither sewers nor burrows having mailboxes or addresses.
I mean, he's at my estate a lot. There's a few in my yard.
There's a couple of places in the sewer where there's no bricks. Maybe you could burrow into the sewer and I could just move through there into your burrow.
This is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it'll be like, we can set up condos. We would be rich. We can have our own city under the city.
We
I
advertise
think
as
that's.
having no sewer charges.
I,
That
I,
there is
I think that has. I think that's already a thing that exists, and it's called a catacomb.
To be fair, catacombs are more tombs.
Well, I mean, I know, but that technically cities in the dead underneath of the city.
Just
Wait.
before y'all do that, just make sure you're not digging under anything, collapsible.
Hey, where
I
the
was
fuck are we going?
Go on.
Ireland.
Library, I thought.
Ireland!
Oh,
I
you're
think
in
we're
Arlen's.
It was
Okay.
one or the other. Pip cannot remember which.
Arlen's is fine first.
Okay.
All right, so you guys arrive at Arlen's, and you head up the stairs. Has everyone been to Arlen's? Pip has never been to Arlen's.
I don't remember if Rosie has.
I'm pretty sure Rosie has. All right, Pip. So you're walking and talking and having a good time, and you almost walk right past and leave all your friends behind as they turn and start heading towards this.
Wait. Oh.
Once you see them walking towards the door, you finally see the door and the sign above it, and it's got a little bag spilling out with some spell components. It looks like they're a little carved on there. Maybe herbs, spices, and bat guano, all tasty. And you guys head upstairs.
Don't eat guano.
And as you walk into the to Arlen's, the little bird above the door chirps at you, but you and no one else. As you walk in, you see Arlen's, this beautiful shop. It's very small, all wood. Takes up the about half of the upper floor here. There's a door at the back of the shop that seems to be the other half. And it's got spell components inside of bins all along the right-hand wall. Beautiful tables of crystals and spheres and just all sorts of little minerals in the center of the room. Over on the left, there are 3 cubbies. Or not cubbies, more like alcoves. The first one has all manner of different holy symbol in it. Every holy symbol to every god that it's ever existed. Probably some you've never even heard of. In different materials and little idols to them. The second one has unguents and ointments and lotions and oils, and then the last one has little boxes and candles and things like that. And then at the front counter, there's a glass display case, which is very rare. Behind the counter is a gnome who's got kind of greenish hair today, kind of pulled back in a ponytail, wearing some robes. He nods to you, and he's looking at a book over what we would call an old timey register, a very mechanical register. Off on top of the glass counter, there is a little scale, and then there's a fez with a little bell that says ring for additional service. Behind him on the wall is all the expensive components for the apothecary. And in large, small, and medium-sized jars. At the back, behind him, you can see a door that leads to the back, and sitting there, kind of halfway in the doorway, is a wash basin full of water, a little bit spilled on the ground.
Okay.
It's quite impressive. It's only my second time here, and I'm still gobsmacked by it.
Pip has no use for any of these.
Well, I wouldn't say that. There are some very interesting potions I think be pretty fun for you.
Okay.
I think there was one that let you breathe fire for a bit.
That would be fun.
Could even cook some things barbecue that way. Fair. But
probably difficult to control the temperature.
Yeah, just don't write it off for all the nerd stuff. There's some fun stuff in there too.
Okay.
Wow, okay, rude.
What? It does not cast magic.
Not Owen called me a nerd. I mean, he's not wrong, but
to be fair, that also refers to me, especially to me, I believe.
Y'all are nerds, you know it.
And GB.
Pip thought it was term of affection.
I mean, it can be.
Okay. Yeah. Pip will be careful about how he uses the term.
Thank you.
Fair.
You're picking things up quicker and quicker every day.
Arlen looks up at the amount of noise that the group is making today, which is a little more than usual, and just kind of watches you for a moment.
Hello. Sorry.
Hello, Arlen.
How are you all today?
Fine.
Not
Thank you.
Too well, it seems. It's been a while since I've seen you. How have you been?
Which one is he referring to?
Saldana.
Interesting, I suppose is the word to use.
All right.
And Saldana's going to head over to the holy amulets and look for one to ball.
Okay.
Get the rubber one. Owen's gonna head up to the desk and just say, we actually came to peruse, but we also had something else in mind as well. As far as I know, you're still restricted from selling magical items in the city, right?
That is true, yes.
And that's because you don't want to step on the toes of the Sub-Rosarium, right?
I don't mind stepping on anyone's toes. As of right now, the city is leaning on their side until they can come to a recommendation about what to do.
Well, until that all gets...
Technically, it's illegal for me to sell.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying is we might have made a few friends in that organization. I don't know if you'd ever be interested in working with them so that you can continue that practice. Come sort of arrangement. I don't know if that'd be in your interest, but if it were, we might be able to talk to some folk.
We have had several talks on several occasions. They've never gone well.
Some sort of beef between y'all?
We're competitors. We have different philosophies about how the market should be run.
Fair enough. I thought I'd just see if it might be in your interests.
Would it be in my interest? Sure. If they would ever get over their outdated sort of philosophies, I would be glad to. But I don't believe that magic should only exist in the hands of a very select few.
Understandable.
But its distribution should still be carefully curated, I believe.
Why?
There are some people who would use magic items for the more wicked purposes and dangerous purposes. I don't know, it's
yeah, but who
still-
has the right to determine what that is?
Such as, what would they do with magic? What would they do?
Well, say opening portals to ungodly realms that can endanger entire cities and innocent people, for instance.
There's literally a spell that casts a swarm of meteors.
But
Shit,
yes.
I didn't-
And it's extremely expensive with very expensive spell components.
Yeah.
Only a select few could ever afford it. But there are some magics that anyone could afford. And yet, they're not allowed to have it.
I absolutely understand what you're saying, but there are pros and cons to this.
Pros and please tell me what the cons are to, say, distributing purify food and drink.
No, there's no cons to that.
So why don't
But-
we do it?
I
Because
don't
it's
know.
magic and they want to control it.
Okay, yeah, fair. Placing bans on certain types of magic, not bans necessarily, but restrictions. Now that would make sense.
So who gets to decide those restrictions?
I don't know. I'm just
He
saying.
has a point.
He does. So do
I'm
they.
just saying,
It's not black and white.
It's not black and white. I don't want some poor child doing what I accidentally did when I was a child. That's all I'm going to leave that at, but it had to do with magic, dark magic, magics that are very dangerous.
I don't think magic is illegal, just the items. And
Well, I know.
what magical item is...
Yes, permanent
Good.
items that people could use every day without having
Yeah.
to rely on a scroll, which could fail, and it will for most people. You're right. Just the items that make it easy.
See, that... It's... Yes.
It's a complicated matter I don't think a lot of us have fully realized or thought about.
Exactly.
There are cities in this world that do not have such archaic thoughts. No one has been blowing up temples with fireballs in those cities.
Pip is also thinking that when, you have a group of people who want to hunt something and they all have the tools that they need, they are more easily able to do what it is with less casualties. So, would it not be the same for magic items? That if more tools are available, people would not make the same mistakes or die?
That's fair. You're right.
Pip is with a gnome man. Hello, Pip is Pip.
Hello, Pip. It can be, I will admit, gray in some areas, but only with very select spells. There's no reason for what the Subrosarium is interested in doing here, or what they have been doing for a very long time.
You have a point. Good thing is, occasionally, with great effort and determination, opinions can be changed, as can policies.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So, Pip happened to notice that you have some bits of creatures back there, and over there, and over there. Are you looking for more of those creature bits?
Not usually.
Oh.
I do occasionally purchase very rare materials from freelancers, but for the most part, the Adventurers Guild that I sponsor, well, sorry, not sponsor, wrong word. The Adventurers Guilds that I work with, they have a tendency to bring me what I need.
So, do you have a list of things that you need?
Not right now. I'm fully stocked.
Okay. Keep Pip in mind.
Speaking of rare and interesting things, we did find this a little while back, and I'll pull out the Necro Unicorn Horn. We heard that this can be made into some pretty interesting things. Do you by chance know?
Wasn't it Arlen that told you?
No, it's Pinball.
Oh, okay, got it.
I don't suppose you know any of those things that we might need to potentially infuse it with, or any
several.
Excellent. Do you have those for sale, or
not in this city?
I thought you could do components.
Components, yes, but the items used to create items, no.
See here, I thought it was things we needed to infuse it with.
It is, but they are very specific and rare items that are only used for that purpose. They have no other alchemical use, according to this.
Interesting.
I could, however, maybe be persuaded to get you a list and you could seek them out elsewhere.
Well, I'd certainly appreciate that. How much would you charge for such a service?
No charge. You're good customers. And he'll get over the counter and he'll just scribble out a list of the items, which I will get to you. But they are pretty esoteric.
Thank you kindly. We appreciate it.
Does anyone need potions?
I mean, we always need potions.
What kind of potions do you have?
Anything new and exciting?
Nope.
The more fabulously bearded one said that you had many fun ones that I might be interested.
More fabulously bearded.
Look at his mustache. It is magnificent.
I'm a little offended, actually. Not gonna lie.
It's all right. I got like 12 years on you. I think it'll work out.
So he will go ahead and give you the rundown of all the potions, which mostly it's just he's got like potion jumping. He's got the same stuff he had last time, nothing new. And the two interesting potions you've never heard of before, other than maybe in the group, are the get up and the get up and go. They're 10 gold for the get up, and that just puts you at one hit point, and the get up and go gets you up on your feet and or gets you up to 1 hit point and up on your feet.
Pip is wondering. So you have the potions. have you heard of a thing that is like you smack it and the potion is delivered into your system? Pip seen this recently. This is the only reason
Like-
Pip knows about it.
Like some sort of magic delivery system?
Yes.
More like, I was going to say potion dispensary, in a way. Potion injection.
I've never heard of anything like it. It sounds very interesting. How would the potion get into your body?
That we don't know.
You know, if it was something to press, and I could say like maybe some like it's like a small syringe, like needle that punctures the skin.
That
of
makes
the
sense.
Pip has done this to turkeys.
It's not okay. It would make
Different concept, Pip.
I mean, not entirely.
I mean, it kind of is.
It makes the skin so crispy.
Okay, I'm trying. Let's not make our friend's skin crispy.
Sure.
Like, rather that not be a thing.
Called that. Pip, baste me. Oh,
Thanks,
so much
I hate it.
better.
I love hearing that phrase coming out of your mouth. That is wonderful.
Is the only spell that Pip knows how to cast. Based. Yes.
You're a
It's not
master
with
of that
penitence,
spell.
is it?
That's not my kink.
That's a sentence.
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh my gosh. I love Pip and Kyle so much.
That snort hurt. I need you to know that.
So you guys are wrapping up here. Anything else you want to talk to him about?
And I'm just gonna buy a holy amulet of
Okay.
Ball. Like
What material?
more metal based.
Do you want like an iron or steel, gold, silver, platinum?
She'll go with iron.
Okay, there'll be 1 gold for that.
Cool. And she'll put that around her neck along with the pearl necklace. To be fair, though, she keeps the pearl necklace inside her shirt and she keeps the amulet outside of her shirt. Because that's a very valuable pearl that she does not want people to see.
What is Ball's holy symbol?
Kind of round,
Like his-
and
Fuck you, Logan.
Rotund.
bouncy.
Ball's symbol is Logan shush. It's an open book with an eye in it. So an open book with an open eye in the center of it. It's also kind of like faintly on her Bible as well that you've probably seen. It's really faint though because it's kind of an older book and looks kind of faded. So
I'm getting flashbacks.
All right. So you buy your symbol and you guys head on your way. Where are you heading next?
we don't know how to relax, guys.
This party.
I thought you
Well,
guys were in
Let's
the
go
library,
to the
but okay.
beach.
Oh, that's right. We
We
were.
could-
Aww.
we could go to the beach. We could go to the spa that Soxy works at.
Can we
Last
please
time-
go to the spa?
Last time we tried to go to the spa, 6 of us got held captive in the beer forge.
I mean,
No. We successfully went to the spa on a couple of occasions.
Okay, well, 6 of us did
last
not
time
one day.
last time Gabby and I were there, it didn't turn up so good.
Nope.
So it seems like the only place you can go safely is the library.
I guess we're going to the library.
I-
The DM is pushing us
Whatever
towards
you
the
guys want.
library.
Wherever you guys want to go. Not like I have anything prepared.
We did say we were going to go to the library.
We
I
did.
did just spend 20 minutes preparing. So, but if you want to go somewhere else,
Let's go to the library.
We'll go to the library. Books! Saldana's favorite thing.
I was going to say,
Quite-
I imagine Saldana's practically dragging us to the library.
Yeah, Nathan is right along with her. He likes libraries because they're quiet and he doesn't have to talk to people.
Exactly.
Just sitting there, like looking at you, like I want to see the puppet show.
You can go see the puppet show while we're there. We'll just
That
be
means you
looking
have to
at
go see
books.
the puppet show.
It does not mean I have to go see the puppet show.
Yes,
It
it
means you
does,
can see the
else I
puppet.
have-
No,
No, I have to be with you. So you have to be with at least near the puppet show.
no, I'll be in the bookshelf near the puppet show. How does that?
We'll get-
You'll be in the beanbag chair with a book, maybe, at the puppet.
Saldana does not want to see the puppet show.
Juvan goes behind Pip and just. I was holding push to talk to Pop because, of course, that's important.
The heartbreaking Pip.
And then all of a sudden, from
Javan's
behind
face.
Pip, you just see Caspian coming up, and he's got a painted frowny face on.
What did you do that?
She turns him around. She's got a smiley. He's got a smiley face. Puts him back.
All right, we'll go see the Dan's puppet show.
Yay!
I don't know if I want to see a puppet show of the damned.
Oh, Pip is still working on it. It's not ready.
The eyes don't glow yet, Pip.
It is the puppet show of the darned, though. All of
Okay,
his,
sounds
all,
good.
all of his puppets are sock puppets.
It's a PG version. Got it. They hit each other? That's horrible.
No, because it is. Someone tells Pip that it is the more effective title because you darn socks is a repair thing.
Oh,
So-
that was a pun.
It was?
I don't like puns. And she walks away.
We'll go to the library, we'll watch the puppet show, and then peruse the library. Oh boy.
Pip made a pun?
Yes, Pip, you did very well.
Today is the best day.
I'm very proud of you, Pip. You done well.
I love one Feroche.
What a mood! Hi, my name is Caden Percival Roland Matthias Harund, and I would die for Pip.
I'd live for him and hug him.
I would not only die, but
We go to the library.
You guys make it to the library. As you walk in, have you ever been in a building that's sort of sealed and somebody pushes a door closed or pulls one open and the air pressure just sort of changes? You feel that, and it feels like it sort of came from the center of the library outwards, like a wave of gentle force just washed over you. Over the entire library, everybody kind of looks around confused.
It's like walking into a Blockbuster video, rest in peace, on a hot day.
Kind of, yeah.
Primehard is claustrophobic.
Well, like, good thing the library has nice vaulted ceilings and big open spaces then.
He's a big guy and he feels really small right now.
I don't know why. This place is like 3 stories tall.
My
And
ex-girlfriend
it's
had
all
the same
open.
thing with Costco. She hated going inside because it made her feel like a cockroach.
like a what?
I
Like a
just
cockroach.
heard cock.
That's
That
backwards,
cut off at the best possible time.
right? It makes her feel like a cock.
A cockroach.
That was cut off entirely.
literally the best place it could have possibly cut off, and it did. And I feel
We saw you
blessed in
keep
this
talking. We
chilly-
know you didn't do it on purpose. It was just hilarious.
Fuck,
That's
that
what we'll
was
tell your
amazing.
girlfriend.
Hey, can somebody clip that?
I'm
Can
sure
somebody
it's
sorry,
already
clip that?
sorry.
work in progress.
Ex-girlfriend.
Love you, Kyle.
All right.
Well, then we won't tell her it was on accident. All right.
So what?
What bother contacting her to tell her was what I meant. Like, we're not going to reach out specifically just to say,
Look what
by
this
the way, do
asshole
you know what
did.
your ex-boyfriend did? Yeah, right?
So Sildana, what section you want to peruse? This is your territory.
I'd like to know why everything just went.
Yes, that.
I mean, yeah, it's weird, but I mean,
You don't think it warrants a little bit of investigation, Owen?
we can if you want. It just seemed like an air pressure thing, like when you open a door in a building that's been sealed, like it kind of felt like that.
Nathan narrows his eyes at Owen. Can I make
One-
an insight check?
One of the librarians come over. No, one of the librarians come over and interrupt the scene and to let you know that this is actually something that has happened before. That it is Ash letting people know that he's going to be telling a story, but he hasn't done it in decades. It's funny that it just started happening, but it's in the archives that this is what happens. So people are starting to head over that way.
Oh, we're going.
I
Right now.
suppose so.
We're going.
All
And Nathan's
right.
already moving with Rosie on his shoulders. just kind of...
All right.
So, Donna, you want to pick out a book first so you can read Durin?
I don't think they're going to give me the time to do so. I think
You've got
that's
some
just going
time, they'll say. I mean, depending on how long it takes you to pick out a book.
She's going to the history section.
Alright.
That's her bread and butter.
His puppets.
Owen's gonna pull up a chair in the same room as Ash, but he's actually gonna pull out that book he got last night and start perusing.
And Saldana will probably just get a general history book of just a book she's probably read a few times before, but she likes to read it. It's like one of her favorites if it's there. She's sure. That's what she grabs, and then she'll just get a chair. She's not sitting. If there's beanbag chairs, she's not sitting in one of those. She's going to sit in a proper chair.
No, they just have like beanbag chairs, but they're actual beans. But there are some proper chairs around as well. But they're children chairs, so you'll be knees up.
I'm 4 foot
it's like a squatty
11.
potty.
I'll fit somewhat okay. That is, I don't like that sentence. Look.
I feel attacked. I almost called you Chelsea.
It's because you always end that phrase with "I feel attacked, Chelsea."
Yeah, I feel attacked, Gabby.
No, there's some normal sized chairs there as well.
Love you, Kaden.
So everyone starts to gather around the hearth, and all of a sudden the hearth just kind of flares up and becomes brighter.
Kyle!
Hey, Kyle, I love you. I think Logan needs a moment.
No,
We
I
all
just
need to
really
take a
wanna-
moment.
I really want to Muppet walk away, and I'm not going to.
Do it.
All right.
Do it. You know you want to. Add it. Make it number 46. Come on.
Has to be natural.
As this is happening, Nathan starts patting Rosie's leg.
Why are you doing that?
Look how exciting this is.
Yep. Very exciting.
Primart sits on the floor next to Owen.
Owen's sitting on a chair, so they're probably still eye level.
Yeah.
And Pip goes up and stands next to the hearth, if that wasn't already implied.
I'm pretty sure it was heavily implied.
Sorry. Trying to figure this out here.
Oh my gosh. Did the puppet moment already get clipped? I love it.
Can I just say I
Good.
love the community?
Oh, this music.
As Ash begins to speak, everyone grows quiet. My hero. with his allies. The colorful queen, the chained one, the unbroken mountain, the fate-tied seer, and the and the fey-hearted stood before the wrath of shadows.
He's trying to make this a serious moment. And I can't.
Oh, this is perfect. The shadows' wisps enticed and seduced those in the battle, the depths of its cries touching their very essences. The colorful queen and the fey-hearted drove their weapons time and again into the shadows. My champion cursed and forced it to break to the sound of his voice. The unbroken mountain rallied his companions again and again with the healing of nature. The chained and fate-tied released their magics upon the darkness. Joined by the Daughters of Secrets, and though they fought valiantly, in the end the daughters fell. My champion and his companions bravely fought against what would enslave them. And in the end, though the losses were heavy, the evil was defeated and forced to endure its solidarity slumber once more.
Nathan's mouth is just gaping open when he realizes it. He realized it immediately, and he's just like, oh, fuck.
And the fire dies down. And Pip collapses.
Owen, do we applaud? It's still a library.
Owen is not there when you turn to look.
Oh, okay. I'm
That
alone.
was oddly specific. Ladonna's gonna look around for Owen.
You don't see him?
You
Wait,
bitch.
I have a passive perception of 17. Would I have seen anything?
Nope.
I'm gonna send to Owen.
Bitch, where the fuck did you go?
I'm over in the art history section. What's wrong?
She's gonna hop off of Nathan's shoulders without telling anyone where she's going.
I'm
And she's
noticing
gonna
you.
go find Owen.
I'm gonna get up and I'm saying that in character voice. I'm gonna get up and follow her. Mags had been sitting on his head because Rosie was on his shoulders, so he just got this barn owl on his head.
That story was very specific.
It's because it happened.
Yes.
He says as he leaves.
Aware.
Do I find Owen?
I don't know, do you?
He told you where he was. He's
Yeah,
in the
she
art
got
I
off
didn't know you were
Nathan's
actually
shoulders
there.
and went to go find him.
Saldana is gonna follow after
You don't
Rosie.
control where Nathan walks. I just to be clear, there's not like a bit and bridle
She-
up there.
She got
Like-
off of Nathan's shoulders.
Oh, I think you said got
And-
on Nathan's shoulders and said like,
It's like
"Hey,
Ratatouille!
yeehaw, let's go.
It's like
Give me it."
Ratatouille!
It's like Ratatouille.
You start grabbing the hair. It's that way.
Saldana's gonna
Fine.
follow after Rosie.
I'm gonna do that in battle at one point.
Nathan, he's
I'm gonna use Nathan like a goddamn mech.
getting the
Yanking
fucking robot
Nathan.
Shinji.
Just
But
fucking
You have to be
Eldritch
fighting a
Blast after
dinosaur or
Eldritch
something
Blast.
at that point, like a velociraptor or something.
Nathan versus a Velociraptor. Who would win? Gee, I wonder who the fuck would win when I have an AC of 13.
Yeah, but you only take half damage from it because it doesn't have magic attacks. Or does it?
So Rosie
Mhm.
finds Owen.
Really? Really? You had to leave at that moment. You had to be that dramatic son of a bitch.
Well, it's a pretty good story. What I miss?
Nathan walks up to him, slams his finger into his chest, and goes, "You need to do some fuck that shit. You need to explain
was
yourself, bitch." Shut the fuck
He
up right
walked to a different part of the library.
No,
Nathan, chill.
The
It's
story.
almost as if I knew all my friends would make a scene in front of all the general public.
I wasn't going to. I
did.
know Nathaniel
I just got
would.
excited. I just got excited. Leave me alone. I feel attacked.
Yes.
I connected
See?
who the chained one and who the I connected the chained one and the Fey touched. Who Hey Owen. Who is
Yes,
the
Nick.
champion?
I'm sure I have no idea.
Yeah, the one who shattered.
Rosie's gonna kick him in the shin.
Binksy.
It is Owen.
Rosie's gonna kick Owen in the shin for being a little
like-
bitch.
Just like, okay.
No,
Listen.
it is Owen.
You know what I'm more upset about?
Yeah.
You keep telling me that you're not a bard, and then you pull this shit.
Genuinely.
This shit.
What stories have I told?
You don't have to tell stories to be a bard. You just have to be an overdramatic little bitch.
Well, congratulations,
What's your
Nathan.
problem? I'm sorry I interrupted that. That was going to be a beautiful moment. Damn it. That was going to be so good. I got to keep my mouth shut more often. I'm sorry. Damn.
911, I need to call
felt-
a
said it, I was
murder.
like, it was like just a fading dream. I was like, I wanted that moment so bad. And
Hey,
That's all right.
911, I'd like to report a
Yeah.
fucking murder.
damn.
There's more to what you do than be dramatic, Rose.
Owen.
That's not because I'm a bard. First of all. Fucking admit it. Just do it. It's been months. Just fucking listen. I need someone else on my team. Please.
I'm on your team, Rosie. First of all, it hasn't been months. It's been like 3 weeks. And to be fair,
No.
yeah,
Yes.
No. It has not been 3 weeks.
it's been a couple weeks, son. I don't know what to tell you.
No, she means the bard thing. We've known each other longer than 3 weeks, you fucking...
Oh,
I mean the
no.
bard thing. I don't give a shit about this champion thing. I don't fucking care. Like, I don't care. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be outside. That's your downtime.
There are
That's your
children.
Your
There are
shit.
children
That's your
in the
side job.
This is a library. Please be quiet.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit that it's a library.
Do we
I don't
want to
fucking
go
care.
for a walk?
I am.
Yes.
We probably should.
Let's go for a walk.
Pip has
Before we get
adoring
permanent-
children fans. And
Before
they
we're
are-
permanently kicked out of the library.
Nathan is very close to Owen as they walk.
As Pip's putting his puppets away, he kind of looks at the champion one a little bit too long and maybe starts to make that connection. It kind of looks like Owen.
Oh, come on. Come on.
I don't know if Pip made that connection yet. I know
It's got like
Kyle
some
did.
beading, like where the fabric has started beating up a little bit, and it's like kind of looks like a beard. Just
Oh,
a
no,
little-
he knew he had a
was
beard.
told to paint a beard on it. Yeah, he came in and got Ash to tell him how to paint the puppets.
Oh, he's got a pretty high insight, so...
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize he had a high insight.
Yeah.
He has a wisdom.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
wisdom.
a wisdom.
Yeah, I have a,
Good
may I have
word.
a
Shush.
wisdom, please.
It is a
That is a good wisdom.
it is well
That's
above
good.
average.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. I'm sorry. I thought he was down on both of those.
Oh no.
Idiot
Okay.
savant, if you will.
Okay, Kyle
Definitely.
Kyle cannot play
Definitely an Owen
one that is
puppet,
deficient in all the mental stats. I can't do it because like it just doesn't
I'm with
work.
you. No worries.
Mood.
Okay, back to it. You guys are heading out of the library with a screaming child to take a walk. Okay,
Rosie's gonna
a screaming
crawl
thing the
through
size of a
screen.
child.
I would liken her
Rosie's
to a
going to crawl
chihuahua.
through the screen.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, to
And
Chihuahua,
fight.
because that's a lot more dangerous when they get hyper.
Yeah.
That Unbroken Mountain sounded really cool.
Yeah, sounded like a real heroic character.
I will say it was certainly an interesting story to hear.
Is Pip around?
Yeah.
Pip, that was amazing.
Thank you. Pip has been practicing.
I could tell. That was perfect.
Pip is a Ferosh of many talents, but a master of very few.
A jack of all trades.
If you will.
See, there's another bard to add to the list. There's just bards all around, ain't there?
He's gonna shoulder. Nathan's gonna shoulder check him.
I'm a bard.
Owen. Owen, can I tell you something very near and dear to my heart?
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
Okay.
I had a feeling.
Let's not kick anyone's ass at just a moment.
Oh, I'm real close. I'm real close.
Yes,
Listen, there's a very good reason. First of which being, I have no real damn clue how this happened myself.
The champion thing.
Yeah. Turns out you don't really go seeking that thing out or get an instruction manual.
No, you don't, Owen. I could be the first one to tell you that.
I think it's a bit of a different scenario, to be fair.
Slightly, but I didn't exactly go looking either.
Either way, it wasn't pertinent information. It didn't affect anything whether any of you knew, and it's something that I hope none of y'all go gabbing about too much.
Or else what?
I think
Or
he
else
just wants
things
his
get
privacy.
complicated.
Is that a
think
threat?
I'm not threatening
Oh.
you, Primeheart. I'm asking you
I didn't
if
think
you
it was.
please. You know me better than that. You
Well, I
handsome
mean,
chicken.
we probably know
You
you
couldn't
better
You
if you
handsome
talk to us
jackass.
about
I
things.
love it.
Call him a handsome dickhead?
Jackass.
Jackass.
Oh, you handsome jackass. That's
That makes all the
amazing.
difference.
That's a fucking
It does.
though.
You know, Owen, maybe
Yes.
we would know you a little bit better if you talked to us. You know, that might be a thing.
I've
be
talked to
fair.
y'all plenty.
I was
Not
going to say,
really.
He does speak, but he doesn't speak about himself much. Then again, we don't really bring up.
Thank you,
Personal.
Saldana. I couldn't figure that out on my own.
Wow, rude much.
Sorry. I'm a little upset. That was not appropriate of me. I apologize.
Listen, Rosie, I understand you're upset, and I understand why. To be fair, I ain't lied to any of you. I don't think anyone's ever asked me once where I came from, why I know, what I do. No one's really bothered, and I don't ask the same of most of you because most of us have our things in the past for a reason. We're here now. That's what matters.
Good point.
There's a fair point.
Also, you have a magic sword.
Well, it's a little complicated. Sword isn't magical, but I can make it a bit.
Pip does not know any sword that talks that is not
Oh yeah,
magical.
Ash ain't mine, friend. Ash ain't my sword.
No, it's
Doesn't
more
work
like
that way.
it's more like a patron. If I'm not mistaken.
What?
It's more of an ally.
Are you sure?
But it is like saying that you are not Pip's friend.
It's not what I mean.
Think of it this way, Pip. Just lost the analogy I was going to say. Damn.
How Saldana gets her magic because of who she follows, and how so does Primeheart, and I get my magic from Jezebel. By
We're
the
a
way,
little different, Nathan.
Vastly
well,
different.
no, it's okay. Listen, but it's the same general concept.
Okay.
of obtaining an ability by putting your faith or something else in a higher, greater being.
Okay.
By the way, he looks at Saldana. No, I learned a lot about my old patron. New patron, much better.
Good to know, I
Yeah,
think.
A lot happened. A lot happened while you were gone. We need to catch up. You're coming over for tea if you want. Sorry, I points at Owen and then points at Rosie and points at Primo. They've helped the whole social thing. I'm talking.
I'm still working on it myself.
I can tell. Sorry, I'm talking too much.
That's all right. Listen, the main reason I didn't tell people is because I'm getting pretty close to what you might consider a public official at this point. And I'm trying to help the city rebuild. I'm doing my best to make sure I do that in a way that is amicable to most and safe for everyone. If rumors start going round that this public figure is going around wielding powers he doesn't fully understand, no matter the source, or that he's been chosen for something he doesn't fully understand, or that he's involved in really anything outside of, standard daily activities
that he does not understand.
Well, yeah, that can go south.
That's understandable.
But okay.
A public image is a very powerful thing. It can take so long to build up, and then with like that, it can be destroyed. I understand that completely.
Yeah, I think both these two could say a thing or three about that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to be a help to the city, and if I want to make sure that this doesn't complicate things, I need to trust that the people who understand what that sword was just saying are on my side and aren't going to go blabbing about it.
You can count on me.
Thank you.
It seems that Ash is perfectly willing to say the things that we could be saying, so we did not need to
But
say.
he is the more subtle than we are.
And most people don't have the context y'all have.
So it makes total sense that Ash can explain it in the way that they do, but we shouldn't.
Yes, that was Pip's point. That-
I think we're on the same page. This is getting complicated.
So we can tell.
But keep in mind I didn't do this blindly. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing and Ash and I are working together is because we have the same goals. I want to protect. Ash wants to protect. We want to take down those who will hurt people who need protection. It's that simple. No strings attached, as far as I know.
I was about to say, don't say that too soon, Owen. Deals like this, from what I understand, they always come with some sort of other end of the bargain.
I'm very aware. But that's also why, Nathan, if you were cut off from Jezebel tomorrow, what would you be able to do?
Wow, thanks for that.
We get our magic a very different way.
And be able to hit things decently with a stick.
And draw very well.
Yeah,
Draw
but
very well.
That can.
Smooth. Be convincing. Be a good leader. But the magic would dry up.
Yeah, it would.
Only a very small part of what I'm doing is tied up with Ash. Something goes south, I'm not worried about it. I've got my own tricks. I'm not dependent upon him. But he seems to be more than willing to help. And I'll be happy to help as long as he keeps helping.
Pip, does have to say, in all of the stories that he has heard, Ashes never described being allied with someone or being in situations that were not involved in protecting others in some way.
Exactly. So I'm not going into this blindly. I'm not making a deal I don't know nothing about. I'm doing it to protect people. I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can.
But Pip is with you.
So that I can fully understand.
You know I'm always with you, Owen.
You have my bow.
And my axe.
You don't have an axe, Nathan.
No, I don't. But I do actually. I have a hand axe. Go fuck. I have a hand
Whoa.
axe. I do have an axe.
Welcome to 5th
said
edition.
You told me to fuck myself.
That's the biggest twist this episode.
Yeah, no. Nathan has had a hand axe since episode 1.
I actually think he's actually even used it.
I
I
have.
seem to remember, yeah.
I have used. He can fight you guys.
Actually, quite a few people have used their hand axe in this one for throwing weapons and things. It's been pretty cool.
I think Syl used one
Yeah,
earlier
just the other
this-
day. Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and call it there, just because my brain is turning off. You guys did an amazing job tonight. Thank you, and thank you for being patient with me, and thank you for understanding. Thank you, everyone, for understanding that sometimes we have to end a little bit early, and this is gonna be one of those nights. I'd like to do our mid roll real quick. Let's go ahead. And we had that beautiful mid roll. I'm going to run the mid roll after this. If anybody wants to watch it, still. Angela did an amazing job getting it all brand new, and there's great slides in there. It'll say we'll be coming right back. We won't be coming right back, but I will run that after
will
just as
tomorrow.
end credits because it's got our things. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be right back in 24 hours, 22 hours, and I will try not to have such a day. But we want to thank the World Anvil for being our sponsor. They are amazing. Go check them out, worldanvil.com. Hopefully, we still have a mod here. They can go ahead and post the link to our World Anvil, which has over 30,000 words on it already for this month, all of our updates and things. So it is really growing. The players are all putting their bios together, and hopefully those will all be on there for the characters very, very soon. In addition to that, we're very proud to be a part of the nerdsmith.org network. You can go check a look at all their content on there and see the other amazing shows that we're partnered with. And lastly, if you want to support us, you can do so over on nerdsmith.org, and all the artist proceeds that would normally come to us, we give directly to the Trevor Project. You can go to trevorproject.org to see them. David.
I actually did want to do one final last thing before we signed off.
Sure. What's up?
He's gonna he's gonna look at Owen. He's just gonna say, by the way, you free later today?
As far as I know,
Come over. Coffee and tea.
same time.
NA.
Yes, right now, right? Just both at the same time, just put your coffee and your tea.
Fair
Because,
enough.
I don't know where you came from.
I thought you were inviting me for coffee and tea and A. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up there, and we'll see you guys.
I wanted to do
I'm gonna go ahead and start the
something
break here, but
We have next week.
and we may have some special episodes over next week because I have the entire 10 days off. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. So we may have some special daytime episodes next week, or we may run some one shots. We may even have some special guests and things. Tomorrow night is a gigantic, huge episode. We have at least 10 players and one special guest that will be there. It is going to be a hoot and a half. It is our Illumis party. It's Mo's Illumis party. It will be a fluff night. We're going to be having some gifts and giving aways, and we might do a few giveaways in real life too. So come check us out. Have fun with us. Enjoy. Bring some eggnog or some tea or crumpets,
Peppermint
or
schnapps.
whatever. Peppermint schnapps, whiskey, brandy, and whatever other girls you can find. That's really bad. I'm so sorry. That was like 12-year-old me, and I'm really sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and run the mid-roll here, but we're not coming back after that. I will just go ahead and end it after it finishes. But thank you guys. Take a look if you want to watch it. It's got some really great art in it from all of our amazing artists and fan arts peoples. And good night.
Aw.
Love you, Logan.
Have a good one, everyone.